Well,
about Black MAGA.
Don Lemon, now into chapter 3 of Damn It, I'm Relevant tour. You should get T-shirts. Is basically saying some really outrageous things because he's off the leash. He's not controlled by a producer. He's not controlled by CNN.
Woke Don Lemon gets destroyed by Patrick Bet-David and his panel for his wild racist remarks in this clip from Valuetainment as Patrick Bet-David reacts to Bill Maher's recent episode of the Club Random podcast with Don Lemon, and he makes some completely idiotic and racist remarks that even Bill Maher pushed back on during the episode, and Patrick Bet-David and his panel just completely destroyed Don Lemon as well. So let's get into the video.
Let's go to the Bill Maher Don Lemon clip. This is Bill Maher and Don Lemon together. He's on a podcast, and he is talking about African Americans who are MAGA. And I like what Bill said at the end. I actually like what Bill said at the end to Don Lemon. Go ahead and play this clip. Go for it.
It's the same thing that when I see not all black Republicans, but I see a black MAGA person who is carrying Donald Trump's water and they know that he's lying. It is the shortest line to the front. Because if you're black and you're whatever, you're just in line with a bunch of other Democrats that are doing the same thing that you're doing. But if you become a black MAGA person, it's like, whoa, let's book this person, let's put him on television.
So you don't think you can be a sincere black MAGA person?
I just said, I don't think that, I just said, I think there can be sincere Republicans.
But you can't be a sincere black Republican?
I don't think that you can be a rational MAGA, be black and be a rational MAGA person. I think you can be black and be a Republican.
I think they would find that very insulting.
Well, I mean, the truth is often insulting.
Such a freaking...
But by the way, there's a word for that, what he just said. And it starts with the letter R, ends with the letter T. I think there's a word for that. I can't get the words in the middle of it.
Is the second letter an A or an E? Because I might go E.
Yeah. It's an R-A-C-I... How does this go?
Racist?
I don't know what it's called. But anyway, so Tom, what do you think about this?
I'm going
what do you think about Don Lemon, what he's saying about Bill?
Well,
about Black MAGA.
Don Lemon, now into chapter 3 of Damn It, I'm Relevant tour. You should get T-shirts. Is basically saying some really outrageous things because he's off the leash. He's not controlled by a producer. He's not controlled by CNN, and he's out there. And at times he'll say something that sounds halfway rational, meds on, and then he says things like this, which I think are really offensive. You know, if you were Hispanic or white or whatever, and you had lost your job in media and you're going around saying somewhat outlandish things, getting on podcasts, you'd be pilloried for this stuff. Instead, he's allowed to say it. And I think it's really insulting. He's basically, projecting intent on a class of people. Oh, if they feel this way, then this. That's terrible. Those people, first of all, they don't speak as a group. They speak as individuals. And as individuals, they may be of a similar mindset on certain things. But to me, it's just he's taking a race of people and saying, Black MAGA, that means this, and drawing a conclusion and laying it out. If anybody else did this, except this struggling former talking head who's seeking, trying to find, relevance. I'd love to actually, and I'll tell you something. I'd love to sit down and talk to him about it. I'd love to sit down. Don, what are you doing? How do you go from A to B? Where does the career go? Where does this go? Because these things sound crazy, Don.
Obviously, you saw what Patrick Bet-David was essentially saying, but he was dancing around the subject. But I agree. I think there's a lot of racism in Don Lemon. Like, he may not actually say it. He may not. Well, sometimes he doesn't. But in this case, he is basically saying it. Like, you cannot be a Black American and be MAGA supporting, but be a rational person. You no longer have the ability to be seen as a rational thinking person if this is what you think. Like, because you want borders, because you want your own country to be great. Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. We can't even recognize you as a thinking person. So, you must just be this way. I mean, he's doing the very same thing that he claims against everyone else. And on top of that, he's doing it to people who look like him. I mean, Don Lemon is just absolutely insane. And I like the way that this guy just kind of puts it together. Is like, ask Don Lemon is like, if you're going to be on your own, if you're going to be in the YouTube space, if you're going to be of your own free mind, like, do you hear yourself? Do you hear how crazy and terrible you're sounding right now? Now that you don't have a producer or anybody in your ear to tell you what to say or what not to say. I mean, he almost sounded more rational at times when he was underneath someone else's thumb, and now that he's on his own and he's just saying what comes to his own mind, I think he sounds even crazier now. I mean, let me know in the comments how you feel, but I think he's even gone more off the hinges. Leave a like, it helps the algorithm, folks. I appreciate it. Let's get back in.
And I wish he would sit down with somebody rational and actually have that conversation, because what I see here objectively, I think it's kind of offensive.
Adam.
I mean, Don, just keep doing you, buddy. This is working out real well for you. The inability to actually just understand how people are thinking. So, what, black people can't? When you're thinking MAGA, he's just so caught up. He has TDS. He's just thinking MAGA, racist, red hat. It stands for Make America Great Again. America first. You want to shut down the border. You want a great economy. You want people to be held accountable. You don't think men should be in women's sports. You want to find waste, fraud, and abuse. You believe in Doge. You don't think that little kids should be chopping off their limbs in order to transition. You don't have to be any particular color, any particular race, any particular religion to believe in those things. So the fact that he still thinks that this is how a black person should think just shows that he's still playing the identity politics game. No wonder that the Democratic Party's approval is at literally an all-time low. Literally. I don't know if we have those.
No,
because of people like it. Because
they're
this.
not willing to say, maybe I should go back to the drawing board. Maybe I should think a little bit differently. Maybe Trump and the Republicans have won the popular vote for the first time in 20 years. How did Trump win every single swing state? We saw what Stephen A. Smith did when he basically lectured and informed Joy Behar, the fake Bette Midler, on The View when she said, why is it a mandate? He's like, I'm going to tell you why it's a mandate. They have Stockholm Syndrome, and I don't know. I don't see him coming out of it anytime soon.
Okay, so why?
Now, Adam says a lot of ridiculous things, but I think this was actually a pretty good point that he made about Don Lemon, is that, like, Stockholm Syndrome, these people are locked in it. Even when you throw rational information at somebody, you throw them facts, you throw them, okay, he won the popular vote. Okay, he's done this and that. Okay, he's got, more support from these people and these people and these people. Like, you say he's a racist, but he's got more support from black Americans than Republicans have in, like, possibly forever. Like, he does all of these things, but at no point does Don Lemon or any of the other wokies want to stop and be like, or question anything, question themselves, question their message, question what they're doing. And I mean, Stephen A. Smith actually did a good job on The View of explaining the mandate, in that, all of these things that Trump is doing absolutely proves that there is a mandate for his policies that have populist support across aisles. I mean, everything he's doing has got, above 50% approval rating, if not 60% or higher. And still, Don Lemon and all these people cannot stop and question themselves and wonder, how is all of this happening? Why is he winning? Why are we losing? Why are we at an all-time low? Favorability with basically everybody. Like, there is no self-reflection on themselves or their own values or the party or the message at all. And they're just, they're just writhing at this point. And for Don Lemon, to still to this day, want to say, there's all these racist supporters under MAGA. Really? Well, if there's all the racist supporters under MAGA, then is that why that you then think that black Americans can't be smart if they're MAGA supporting because they're with racists? But they have their own mind, right? They can do their own thing. They're independent. But yet, as soon as they think differently, you just X them out. Like, these people are all the things that they, accuse everyone else of being, and they're never going to climb. Exactly as Adam said, they're never going to figure out anytime soon. But folks, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you think about what Patrick Bet-David and his panel had to say about woke Don Lemon's racist remarks with Bill Maher on the Club Random podcast. Thanks for watching, folks. Like, subscribe, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.